Morning guys, today is Saturday the 2nd of April I believe. We're here in the plot. Join me in a sec to find out what's going on. Okay guys, we're here at the plot today. We're getting this ground ready now, ready for the plant some stuff. We're going to start planting shortly, so we're just here getting it ready. Now we've got a few rocks and things, which is fine, but I wanted to show you this. Bought it last year. I believe it's called a hand cultivator, I believe. Basically it's a fancy rake with some sturdy claws and some wheels, and it's just great for breaking the ground. I'll show you. That's quite deep. All that really nicely. And then all the bigger bits like the rocks and things just come out at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over this now to get it ready, and hopefully we'll get some broad beans in. But join me in a sec once it's all done. Okay, as you can see, it looks a lot better now, guys. It's flat, more flat. Is that even real? But when you look at it, it's quite nice, the ground. It needs a bit more work. It's a little bit hard underneath, but the more you go over it, the better, the finer it becomes, really. But it's not looking, if I take you around, sorry about the shadow, if I take you around this way, it's looking a lot better and it's more fine, which is what we want. Hopefully, I don't think I'm going to have time today because I'm going out shortly. Hopefully tomorrow, if the weather's nice, we're going to get the broad beans in here, which will be good. We've also got onions to go in and garlic, so hopefully over the next day or so we should get a lot in, and I'll obviously show you that as I'm going. But that thing, like I said, it's a hand cultivator, I believe they called it. It's £15 from Wilko, and I tell you what, it saves a hell of a lot of back-breaking work. It comes in 3 parts, so you've got, let's have a look. So you've got this bit, obviously, the front bit, and then the poles it all just screws together. And I bought something else last year, which I'll show you later, or another day, but all the poles are interchangeable, which is absolutely brilliant. What I'll do is I'll try and find it online. I'll put a link in the description below. But I tell you what, it's done now save you a lot of back-breaking work with the digging and things like that. And what I might do in the winter to start next year's levelling it off type thing, doing the tiers, is I'm going to use that and bring some of the soil down the plot a bit, really. But I'm going to crack on with that now, and I'll join you in a bit. Okay, the strawberries we planted last week are all doing fine. These don't look like, none of them, well, they look like they've all survived their transfer, really. They've even, like with this one, I don't know if you can see that, just there, started putting on growth, so I'm quite happy with that, and they're all looking great. So they're all fine. Now, we had a lot of rain last night, so that is still soaking wet, so we can't do anything with that, but these are all looking great, all looking fine. So looks like it'll be at least another week before we do the next layer, but the plot's getting there slowly. I'm eager to get stuff in now. Like I said, probably tomorrow, if it's nice, we're going to be down here putting in a few bits and bobs and things like that. We're also going to be starting some things off on the windowsill as well, getting them ready. I'll take you up by the shed now just to show you what I've done. As if by magic, here we are at the shed. So what we've done is we put a bit of guttering along this side. We've got to finish that bit another day, along here and at the back. And we've got it going in to our water butt. Now if I take you up on the ladder, this is the pipe I had that I sawed in half, so it is a bit bish bash bosh, but it's looking alright. Obviously that's down the pipe, so hopefully, if I've worked this out right, which might be a bit not, we'll see, we should start collecting rainwater in there. And what we've done, a bit unconventional, we've put that in there, and the pipe coming off is going to go down here, and what we're hoping to do is it's going to act as a sort of overflow. So the water will come down here, we'll have more pipe along the tree line going down, and where that other composter is, maybe a bit further down, the pipe will come all the way along here, probably to about here if I'm honest, and we'll have it going into another water butt here, just because it's a bit of a pain in the ass. The water's all over there, and in the summer it's a nightmare. It takes about 20 to 30 watering cans to do the whole plot, depending on what we got in. So if I have the water butts dotted around, it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier. So hopefully the next one will go about here, and then eventually we'll get another one, and we'll take that one all the way down again to the bottom, and we'll have that here. So essentially, once that one's filled up, it'll come down, fill up the one there, and come all the way down again and fill up the one here. That's the plan anyway. That's what we're hoping for. In the winter it should fill them all up nicely, but we'll see how that one goes over the next few days, week or so, because we're due rain there in the week I think, and we'll see what happens. It's another beautiful day here in Barry, guys. It was raining this morning, it was cloudy, it was absolutely boiling now. Sun is shining, so it's all good. The compost is drying, so yeah, pretty happy. Hope you've got good weather as well. Okay, I just wanted to show you the potato experiment. Now, I'm a bit worried about these potatoes, if I'm honest. We did have hailstone during the week, so I'm not sure if they would have survived. So I'm just going to leave them. I'm not going to disturb them at all. But there's the four without blood, fish and bone. The 6 with. Nothing's coming up, I don't think. No, nothing as yet. Is there something? No, that's just a bit of plastic. So nothing in there. And the ones in potatoes, in the coffee, nothing as yet, although they are cracking, which is interesting. So we'll see about them, see what happens. That could be interesting as well. Shed, we still haven't done any more in the shed, apart from the guttering like we said earlier. But the plot's looking alright. Not bad at all. Okay guys, I wanted to show you a little trick. Before I was drilling holes in these to put the drainage holes in, but I came up with a slightly better way I think of putting the holes in it. Now you can just use a lighter, but it's easier if you use a candle. Also all you do, if you can do it, okay, so you've got your candle, and all you do is slowly put it down. Now obviously if you're indoors this is slightly easier. And just slowly burn holes, so depending on how many you want, burn a few holes. Now obviously you may want help with this, especially if you're younger or child, don't let them do it. And obviously do it indoors, it can be a lot easier. Okay guys, today we're going to be planting our broad beans. This year we have got Masterpiece Green. Now I'm going to show you how I plant them. It works for me every year, and I find it quite useful. So I'll show you how we do it. So we've got a dibber to plant them in. We've also got, we're making a series of these boards basically. So basically all it is how far apart the plants or wherever we're growing needs to be. So for instance this is a broad beans, so we'll plant our first one here, and then that second one there, and we'll work away that way. Then we're ensuring they're the right distance apart really. We've got a dibber now. We've had a little look. We need to go 5 centimeters down, which is to that notch there. So all I'm going to do, put that in, give it a little wiggle. Now I normally go a little bit further, especially when we've got all this. So a little bit further. We've got some of our compost, so the stuff that we bought. Pop a little bit of that in. Now with the beans, oh, where are they? All I do, pick and open them. So with the beans, most people will just put them in. What I do say is put them in if you can on this side. It just helps them with the germination then. So plant them on this side and just backfill the hole then. And all we do again on the other side, so going that deep, put an extra one, give it a little wiggle, add a bit of the compost, that's it, grab a new bean, and there it goes. Now the other way to do it is just pop it in, push it down a bit, there you go, just backfill. Now all this is broken up quite nicely, so it shouldn't have any problems getting through or anything like that, but we'll see. And it's quite warm as well, so we should be alright. So again, move that along. Next one, dip down, a little bit of compost. Now the other way you can do it is when you put them in, push it in. See, that one's not quite on this side, but that's fine. You can always just backfill them with more compost, which is probably better. It's entirely up to you what you want to do really. Now I don't tend to firm it down that much. You can do, it's entirely up to you whether you want to. So all we're going to do now is just keep going along until we've got planted all of these, and I'll come back to you in a bit when we show you the... Okay folks, birds are going crazy up there. Okay, so we've done the broad beans for now. We've got about 40 plants in roughly. So we've started, there's a row there, and as you can probably tell, I've backfilled them all with compost. Now this row here, we went a bit wrong. It wasn't quite straight, so we only went up to there, and we've done another row up to here then. So 40 plants, that should be plenty, if I'm honest. We don't need a huge amount, so that should be plenty. What I'm going to do with this section here now is I'm going to use that for beetroot, so we're going to plant some of them in a bit. Hopefully, I think I brought them, I'll double check, but we're going to plant some beetroot in a similar way, but we'll do drills instead of holes. So yeah, that's it really. So they're now in, which is good. Okay folks, we're going to plant some of our bolt hardy beetroot today as well. So we're going to do 3 rows. So all we've done is we've done 3 drills, 1, 2, 3. They're about, we need them about 3 centimeters sort of deep really. Now these are slightly bigger, but all we're going to do is just put a bit of compost in all of them and then plant the beetroot. Okay, so all we're going to do, let's just put a little bit of this in there. Now it's entirely up to you what you want to do. The seeds are quite small. You can pick them, they're not that small really, you can pick them out and obviously place them so far apart. Personally, I like to just sprinkle them. Now most of them will grow, they shouldn't hinder each other at all if I'm honest. may push each other, but that's about it. And all I do, the back two, just making sure they're fairly evenly spread, and then in the middle-ish. Like I said, I'm not an exact person. I like a bit of mess, a bit of wildness, so I will have a bit of chaos in my planting as well. But that's just because I like it. I know it's not the right way, but for me, it's how I do it. So there you go. That's all in now, and all we're going to do is just backfill them gently. There we go. Backfill them all. And that's it, guys. We'll carry on with the others now. Okay folks, we've done the 3 rows now, and what we're going to do, every 2, maybe 3 weeks, what we'll do is we'll sow another row or so, just that way then we'll have a concessional load of beetroot. We have got another variety to do later on in the season as well, so we should have a constant supply really, and we'll pickle them. I know a lot of my family and my partner's family both love beetroot, so normally we don't get to pickle that many because people just have them off as raw and use them in salads and things like that, but hopefully this year we will start to pickle them as well. But yeah, that's all the planting so far. So we got our broad beans and we've got our beetroot there then. Okay guys, so we've done a bit more work on the shed, as you can probably tell. So we've done the 2 side bits here, if I go up and show you now. So we've still got a bit more to do, the rest of the sides and the guttering's up. We've had to tape it up a little bit just to keep it in place until we sort it out properly, but hopefully that'll all work. We've done some digging. This is where our onions are going to go, so we've done some digging to get this ready. Hopefully next weekend now we'll get them in. They really need to go in as soon as possible, but this side's so much worse than the other. It's like really heavy and really clayey, so I'm not sure what we're going to do about that. This side we haven't done anything with as yet. That'll probably be next week as well. Sprouts have started, I think they're going to seed, if I'm honest. They need pulling up. It's just one of those jobs I just haven't got around to yet, but we might try and keep the seeds and grow some of them as well. And obviously we've got a little ginger cat, one of the culprits for all the poo, and our broad beans and things. What else we got? Our strawberries are doing fine. We'll hopefully get them in soon. And then our raspberry plants, they just go in bouncing further now. Our gooseberry plant is flying as well, so we're quite happy with that. Now our strawberry plant that had a flower on has now got 3 flowers. I don't know if you can see them there. 1, 2, 3. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with them. But yeah, they're all doing fine. As we said, they're all putting on growth. It needs a bit of de-weeding in there, but we're going to keep the dandelions just for the bees. And then our rhubarb is doing great as well. That's flying up. I can't believe how quick it's actually growing. It's so amazing how quick it grows. But that's flying up and the leaves are huge. So hopefully we should get a bit of rhubarb really. But that's it for this week. There's not much else to say really. Potatoes are all doing fine, the shed's coming along, so we are getting there slowly. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful.